trying some sunglasses on, just like the James Bond 007. Just kidding. Trying to look in the mirror if I'm looking dashing or not. I think I am. Still making up my mind though. You know, what could be better than fake Ray-Bans, cheap as fuck, but they look real. They're approximately, I'll say, mm, $7 Australian, $7 or $8, not more, for a pair of Ray-Bans. And if you buy them in bulk, you can obviously get more. This shop was the best shop. They literally had such good quality of fake goods, not just the sunglasses, but you talk about the bags and accessories from Louis Vuitton, you know, uh, YSL, any brands like Gucci, Supreme, you talk about it. They pretty much had everything available for the right price. And we are in Thepprasit market, so it wasn't really overly priced or expensive, I should say. The prices were pretty fair. It definitely helps if you speak the local language. Even just functional Thai definitely helps. You can see a Louis Vuitton bag hanging. There were quite a few, so a lot of variety to choose from. I was literally just looking for everyday sunglasses. I have my original Ray-Bans, but for daily commute, I just end up using the fake ones. So if I lose them or I break them, it doesn't really matter. But this shop was probably the standout. Like, they had everything. I went to a couple of shops. They said they didn't have the fake Ray-Bans and stuff because the police is out. But you know how it works in Thailand. You pay the protection money and you get away with pretty much, selling fake goods or pretty much doing anything. Although we are in Southeast Asia, I'm not complaining. So I bought like few pairs from one shop and then others from the other shop. Here I'm enjoying the time of my life, having a mixed ice cream, vanilla and chocolate. I can't remember how much I paid, but I think it was about 60 Thai baht, which is approximately $2.70 Australian, $2.70. Pretty good ice cream. I went on a market spree. It has been such a good experience. I'm glad I'm here. Definitely loving the local food and the vibe. You can see so many people around, expat, locals. You talk about it. It's like a go-to market in Pattaya, Thailand. It does happen over the weekend, so you'll see Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starts about 5 p.m., I'll say, sometimes earlier, and goes all the way till 11 p.m. It's divided into two sides. One side is where you get to buy all the goods. Here you can see some vape oil, vape juice. I tried asking them if they had the weed, oil available, but they didn't in the market. But yeah, you can pretty much buy everything here, all first copies. And the good thing about Thailand is that the quality of the first copy is really outstanding. It's first copy, but the quality is really good. Like, I've tried buying fake goods or first copies in Vietnam, Cambodia, and so forth. If we talk about the quality of Thailand, the quality of the goods is really outstanding here, and they last you. It's not like use and throw. They obviously won't last you as long as the original product. So if you're buying a pair of Nikes, it's not going to last you um, as long, and it's not going to be as good, obviously, as the original product itself. But for a fake, it still lasts you way better than buying it in some of the other Southeast Asian countries. Uh, Here I'm checking the glasses out, looking in the mirror. Do I look handsome or not? I don't know. I don't know. When you're in Thailand, you're always handsome. You get called that. It's the money in your pocket, I would say. Or for the young lads, you get it all the time anyway, because you don't really have a lot of young expats, usually the girls or the women, end up with old blokes. So when they see the young lads, they kind of go crazy. I could tell you stories about it, but we all get old. I'm getting there too. I'm not young anymore. But yeah, still got quite a few years in me, I would say. So you can see it was fixed price 350, but when you're in Southeast Asia, you can bargain, and if you buy, more than one pair, you can end up with a better price. Different shops have different prices, and obviously the quality varies as well. So this shop was full on selling, t-shirts, clothes, sunglasses, accessories, and so forth. You're free to try them on, and yeah, the vendors are pretty friendly as well. They don't force you to buy it. If you don't like it, you just move on to the other shop. But it doesn't hurt trying to check the prices of bargain. As you can see, this is another sunglass shop. One is 69 baht and two sunglasses are 120. So you can check out, you've got different brands, different varieties here as well. Obviously copies, nothing original. When you're in the market, that's what these markets are famous for. But believe me, if I gave you, unless you are a professional who works for, Ray-Ban or the company itself, if I gave you the glasses in your hand, it's really hard to tell if they are real or not. But obviously, for pros, it's different. If you're really into the brand and you always buy the finest things in life, I'm sure you'll be able to tell. It's like going with the real gold or fake gold to a goldsmith. A goldsmith is obviously gonna be able to tell just by looking at it if it was funny. Sorry, if it's real or not. The reason I'm saying funny, you can see I'm trying the sunglasses on with the tag, so it kind of looks like I'm a bit of a retard. Not saying that I'm not, but yeah, it kind of looks funny. Trying all different styles and shades. I ended up buying three from this particular vendor. Every time I travel to Thailand, I end up buying 10 pairs. They last me over a year. Last time I bought 10 pairs, I've still got like a couple left from that, and it's been 2 years. So yeah, they're pretty good. And I think all the pairs, I damaged them myself. Either I sat on them or I dropped them like really hard. You know, it was more like I didn't handle them with care. Great. So walking further down, as you can see, there's a lot of movement, a lot of people around, and you can see handbags, t-shirts, jeans, socks, undergarments, anything you could think of, any hosiery and stuff you could buy from this market. Even like, your phone covers and stuff like that. So I'm walking to the other side now, where you can get food. There are obviously shops on the way. So as I said, the market is divided in between two sides. One side is obviously clothes and all your essentials, stuff you need. Sorry, I'm still on the garment side, so you can see hats, caps, shoes on my left hand side, and you can see how many people are there. They come here. It's a really good bargain. You get really good prices and good quality, and you can pretty much buy anything. It's way better than walking into a mall in central Pattaya and spending thousands of baht or hundreds of dollars buying brands. You can get first copies here, and believe me, they're really good. Especially, if unless you're buying designer clothing for a particular event, I can understand. But if you're doing it for everyday, if you're buying it for everyday use, I don't see why would you spend thousands. But that's just me, how I think about it. Obviously, if you are a billionaire, if you're one of the celebrities, or you like finer things in life, I'm not against the idea. I've been there, done that. Used to spend my money on brands, but now I think I'm at a stage where it really doesn't bother me. As long as if I put something on and it looks good and lasts me long, I'm happy with that. I don't necessarily go for the brands. So this is a vendor selling socks. You can see all styles, styles, different colors, and so forth. So you have like the high socks, the low cut socks, women, men. They were all free sizes. Pretty sure they were 5 pairs for 100 Thai baht. So 20 Thai baht for a pair. Uh, $1 was about 23 Thai baht when I changed it. That was the exchange rate, so I'm assuming it's roughly $1 and let's say 20 cents a pair, which is not bad. I wouldn't get that price in Australia, and mind you, they do last you. So it's not like you just wear them once and you gotta throw them. No, that's not the case. They do last you. Um, I can't remember on top of my head if it was 5 pairs for 100 Thai baht, but I'm guessing it was. That's how much I paid. Short-term memory loss. Talking about brands, the t-shirt I'm wearing is original G-Star. It's not a copy. So yes, sometimes I am stupid and I do spend my money on brands, but then there are times it depends, it totally depends. Like, there are some things I do spend my money on, but then if there are some things I'll go and find a bargain. You can see some beautiful Thai ladies in the market as well. I'm sure we all are having our eyes all around. So this was a shop, a smoker shop. You can buy bongs, pipes, etc. This is for ladies, heels, sandals, shoes, and so forth. You can see denim jackets on my left, full sleeves. Given how hot it is in Thailand, I obviously won't be buying, full sleeves. Just a shop passed by, if you saw, they had shorts, all your brands. This one was the standout when it came to handbags, wallets, sunglasses, accessories, bags, and so forth. This guy literally had every single brand, you know, um, every single high class brand you could think of. Your YSL, Supreme, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, pretty much everything. And you can see the boxes of Ray-Bans and stuff. So I'm buying 3 pairs of this guy, and I negotiated it. I bargained it down to 320 Thai baht, which is almost $8 a pair, $7 or $8 Australian dollars for a pair of sunglasses, which I think is pretty good. You can even see a Prada bag hanging, and they obviously don't pack it in original, Ray-Ban cases. They will just put it in a plastic bag and give you the wipes for the sunglasses as well. So you don't get the box and stuff. You can, but then you gotta pay extra. I don't see the reason why. I have plenty of cases at home, so I don't really need the actual case itself. Trying them on, and those are the Ray-Ban Aviators, and I think they look pretty decent. Just different, yeah, different colors, shades. So one was a light brown, one was a matte black. That's the only difference. But if you talk about the style, they're all um, Ray-Ban Aviators. That's the style I like, so it looks pretty good. So I gave him 520 for 3 pairs, and he gives me 200 back. He'll obviously pack it. Great vendor. He was quite thankful. They're lovely. Thais are lovely people. And I didn't want to bargain anymore because the guy initially said 360, if I'm not wrong, and I negotiated him down to 320, so 40 baht less than. I did say 300, but he ended up saying 320, so I agreed to that. The guy's working hard, obviously. I don't want to be like, if I go out, spend money at hotels and business class flights, I'm not going to rip off a street vendor who is working that hard. He's trying to make a living. And I got what I wanted at the end of the day. If I was back home in Australia, I don't think I'll be able to find uh, a first copy Ray Bans. Even if I did, I won't be able to buy them for, let's say, 100, 8 baht a pair. So that won't be the case. So I think, yeah, doing pretty good with what I got. Should say the best bang for the buck. The guy is giving me change. There's 200 he's given me back, and you can see he's really smiling and he was thankful. He said thanks twice. So definitely a wonderful vendor. If you come down to Thepprasit market in Thailand, Pattaya, I'm sure you'll find the street vendor here. Come see him. He'll fix you up. You can even come with your wife, your lady, your girlfriend, or even if you're buying some bags or lady wallets for your mom, your sisters, you can have your fix there. So now I'm finally walking to the food side of things. My tummy is pretty empty. I'm really hungry. You can see how lovely is the decoration up the top, how they are hanging those colorful, yeah, those colorful decals up the top. It looks pretty good. It looks pretty. It's time of Chinese New Year, so you would expect that. But even in a market, I think that's pretty impressive. Great. I can see an ice cream stall. I'm gonna go have a look. Oh yeah, it looks nice. Let's give it a shot. Bring me on some ice cream. Give me those calories. Get me that sugar hit. Being in the tropical weather, ice cream just hits different. And you can see the prices. They're pretty decent. So you got 35, depending on if you're choosing different flavored cones. If you're choosing a normal cone, and like I got the mixed one, I'm getting the mixed one, vanilla and chocolate mixed. Yeah, you can see that the guy has quite a few customers ahead of myself. I just ordered my mixed cone. Sorry, I actually ordered it in a cup. I've got a retainer on my teeth, so biting with my front teeth is not a thing. Surely some of you would say I'm missing out. Perhaps I am, but guess what? As long as I can get taste the ice cream, I'm pretty happy. I am pretty happy with it. It looks decent. One really good thing about Thai street food is I have been to so many Southeast Asian or even Asian countries, and I've ended up getting sick. So I gave the guy 100 Thai baht. I've ended up getting really sick from street food because of the hygiene, cleanliness, food safety standards. However, this has never happened to me ever in Thailand. So yeah, looks wonderful, just like I want it in this hot tropical weather. So going back, Thais are pretty clean and hygienic, I would say, with the street food side of things. Uh, Not gonna lie, I cannot remember the last time I fell sick, like my stomach got bad or I got food poisoning in Thailand from eating street food. But when I remember the time once I went to Burma, Myanmar, and I tried some street food and I was sick for a week and it was really bad to the extent that I was an antibiotics. Um, that hasn't happened to me in Thailand. Like obviously get sore throat, runny nose, and stuff like that every now and then when I'm in Thailand. But I've never gotten a really bad stomach where I needed antibiotics. All right, this is one of my favorite. So mango sticky rice. It's the signature dessert in Thailand. I'm sure everyone loves it. The street vendor is wonderful. He told us the price. So the small one is 50, the big one is 60, and he's so nice. I'm trying to ask him, is it sweet? He said he'll come to the front and he will get me to try it before I buy it. Like, what else could you ask for? He's putting his product out there for me to try it before I make up my mind to actually spend the money and buy it. Lovely street vendor. Like, he's really genuine. I will say a good businessman. This is how you do business. Excuse me. I think I ate quite a bit. Yeah, he's here. He wants me to try it, so he gets the mango out because I want to test if the mango is sweet. And mind you, it's sweet like honey. Jesus, it is so good. I'm buying it. I'm sold. Absolutely. This is something, I could eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So I could have 3 servings a day. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even exaggerating. Like, really, I could. Thank you, sir. You have been wonderful. Oh, what's really bizarre? Every time I try mangoes in Australia, and it doesn't matter what mangoes I try. Like, it could be the Kensington Pride, it could be the R2E2, it could be any freaking mango. It doesn't taste even 50% sweeter of Asian mangoes or Southeast Asian mangoes. Every time I try a mango in Thailand, oh, you feel like, this is how a mango should be. I don't know what's with Australia. We never get these kind of mangoes. And mind you, I've tried all varieties of mangoes in Australia, and none of them come even closer to the mangoes in Southeast Asia. I'm putting my eyes on the food around me. Obviously, the women as well, but that comes next. Right now, I'm hungry, so putting my eyes out there. Women, when you go to Thailand, you just can't get enough. And you, being a foreigner and being in, your 30s or even 20s, you get a lot of attention as long as you're decent looking. Obviously, the old blokes get a lot of attention too, but it's about, they're getting attention because of their money. Whereas I've lived in Thailand on a work permit for 5.5 years, working for an Australian company. And mind you, I learned Thai, and what I've noticed is they all say, "Oh, girls come after your money." So I know stories where there are girls who have got, foreigner boyfriends or expat boyfriends or partners, but their partners are really old. And while their partners are overseas back in their home country and the girls are in Thailand, they'll look for the young lads. They won't charge them anything. They just want fun with young lads. It's the truth. No, not saying, one size fits all. I'm sure there are good and bad people like in every corner of the world, and I don't consider it, this as bad. It's just like you're living your life, you're having fun. There's nothing wrong about it. There's nothing bad about it. That's just my point of view. I obviously respect everyone's point of view as well, because the world doesn't revolve around my point of view. So much food here, so much food. But one thing I was really looking for, which I didn't find, was the grilled fish. So every time I come to Thepprasit market, this is my, one thing I always look forward to. And I had planned tonight to have the grilled fish. You get salad, peanut sauce, chili sauce, and so forth with it. It's grilled right in front of you. It costs you about 200 Thai baht for a full on fish. It's obviously with bones and stuff, so when you eat it, you need to be a bit careful. You don't eat the bones. Well, if you know how to eat a fish, you obviously won't eat the bones, for the majority, I should say. Little do I know, because I know some of my mates who kind of struggle with it, even though they eat fish, because their whole life they've had, boneless fish back home. So when they go get the bony fish, they kind of struggle with it. But yes, that was something I couldn't find in the market tonight. I don't know if the vendor didn't come. Usually the vendor is always um, here, and it's such a busy shop. Like they've even got sitting at the back. You can sit down and have fish, but I didn't find any. So now I'm looking forward to the avocado smoothie. That definitely hits the spot. The only thing, again, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, if I was to make avocado smoothie at home, I won't be adding carnation milk in it. Um, just because I think it just adds. So avocados are really healthy. They give your body essential healthy fats. But when you add carnation milk, you're kind of adding junk to it. You're kind of adding unnecessary unnecessary calories, and you're kind of making the healthy food junk in a way. By adding all those flavors which aren't required. It's like adding sugar. Not against the idea of sugar. I'm not saying I'm the healthiest person in the world, but I try to be healthy and eat clean. Obviously, there are days, when I absolutely throw the healthy side of things and clean food side of things out of the window, and I eat all the junk, like bring it on, like you call it a cheat meal, you know. Oh, the pork ribs. So these were the pork ribs. I didn't end up having any. Um, I feel quite full, especially that I've still got the mango sticky rice with me as well, which I got as takeaway. So I'll eat that once I get to my hotel. But you have so many choices. You have so many choices. I stopped at a burger joint as well. Egg tart on the left. So I stopped at a burger joint. I asked them at this burger joint. I asked them about the burger. Unfortunately, the patties they make, they had pre-made burger patties, but there was egg in those patties. Because I'm allergic to eggs, and they said even their bread was egg based. So I told them I was allergic to it, and the lady was really lovely. She told me she will recommend me not having it altogether because she wouldn't want me risking it if I'm allergic to eggs, as she was adamant that they use egg in their dough. They mix it in the flour, and then they also use it in their patties, which is fair enough. It gives the flavor. It probably holds the meat together. I kind of get it, but I'm glad the lady was up front. The minute I told her I'm allergic to eggs, she was like, "Nah, I suggest uh, don't have it. Trying to find something else to eat." She was really nice about it. She even apologized, even though it wasn't her fault. But I really thanked her. So yeah, that was wonderful. I did end up getting some spring rolls, which I didn't share with you guys. Um, yeah, I had stuffed them down my throat, so I don't have them in my hand to show that I've got them. I stuffed them down. They're deep down in my tummy. I hope you enjoyed. You saw how many local and expats were there in the market. Getting food, getting clothes. So I highly recommend, if you're down in Pattaya, Thailand. This market is on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, starting from 5 p.m. goes till late, till about 11 p.m. 11 p.m. it shuts. You do have parking outside for motorbikes, and you do have parking for cars inside. There are two sides. One side you pay for it, the other side is free. Great, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. Thank you. Ciao.